Now Israel continues its aerial campaign against Syria, and the Israeli military said it has conducted 480 strikes.
Well, these are strikes on strategic military targets in Syria, and it all happened in the past 48 hours itself. The targets included 15 naval vessels, anti-aircraft barriers and production sites in several cities. The Israeli military released several videos it claimed showed strikes on Syria, including the port of Latakia.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Jerusalem wants relations with the new regime in Syria, but warned that the country's forces would respond forcefully if the rebels permit Iran to re-establish itself in Syria.
If this regime allows Iran to re-establish itself in Syria, or allows the transfer of Iranian weapons or any other weapons to Hezbollah or attacks us, we will respond forcefully and we will exact a heavy price from it. What happened to the previous regime will also happen to this regime.
Israel acknowledged pushing into a buffer zone inside Syria following the overthrow of President Bashar al-Assad, but it remained unclear if its soldiers had gone beyond the area, which was established through the 1974 deal between the two countries, Israel and Syria. Jerusalem, however, has denied advancing on Damascus.
Meanwhile, the United Nations is clear that it is against any violation of the territorial integrity of Syria.
The Israeli media reported that
engagement with Israeli authorities on the
and Associated Minister.
We're against these types of attacks. I think this is a turning point for Syria. It should not be used by its neighbors to encroach on the territory of Syria.
Mohammed al-Bashar announced on Tuesday that he was taking charge of the country as caretaker prime minister. In a brief address on state television, al-Bashar said he would lead the caretaker government until the 1st of March. He ran the rebel-led Salvation government before the 12-day lightning offensive swept into Damascus. The caretaker prime minister held a meeting with his government and later in the day told Al Jazeera that his country needed peace and stability after nearly 14 years of war.
Abu Muhammad al-Golani, who is the leader of the rebels, said Syria isn't ready for another war, adding that the people are exhausted from conflicts. Meanwhile, rebels said that they had taken the eastern city of Deir ez-Zor, while Syrian Observatory for Human Rights has confirmed Kurdish forces have withdrawn. The War Monitor said the fighting between Turkish-backed and Kurdish-led forces in northern Syria has left 218 people dead in just 3 days. In another development, the US had said that it will recognize and support a new Syrian government that renounces terrorism, destroys chemical weapon stocks and protects the rights of minorities and women.
This after US Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke about the situation in Syria with counterparts from Jordan, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar and Egypt. State Department spokesperson said that the Hayat Tahrir al-Sham HTS was using the right words, but the US would judge it by its actions.
However, the country has maintained that it doesn't want to give ISIS an opportunity to exploit what's going on in Syria. As the situation continues to be volatile, India on Tuesday evacuated 75 Indian nationals from Syria. The evacuees included 44 Zarin from Jammu and Kashmir who were stranded at Saida Zainab. India's Ministry of External Affairs said that all evacuees have safely crossed over to Lebanon and would return by available commercial flights to India.